Hello everybody and welcome to another installment of the NASCAR Pokemon Cup Series right here on Pichu, London. We're here live at 349 in Texanda Island, British Columbia, Canada for the Nostalgia Critic 500 presented by ThatGuyWithTheGlasses.com. This is a really familiar track because it deals with the turn of death, the most dangerous turn of all road courses in NR 2003 history. It's near the gas station here, and they're on the turn of death right now, by the way, on this restart. If one little mistake back there, it could cost you the race. And this is why 349 has been there for almost almost the inception, since the inception of the Pokemon Cup Series, since it was the Pichu Series. So, 349, we're back for the World Tour Canadian Tour Part 2. And the third part will be at the Mosport, which will be a unique weekend, and I'm gonna reveal how that weekend's unique at the end of the race, and then at Pig Stadium for the third Pigs Grand Slam race. So, but first, 349. Here we are, the big course, the road course. So here we go. On the pole today, it's the one of Ryan Richards. On the outside, the 78 Chris Dollarton. Starting third, the 44 of Emma White, and fourth, the 93 Mary Cole. Fifth, the 47 Scott Ferguson, sixth, the 88 of George Ward. Seventh is the 48 of Aaron Williams, and eighth is the 15 Lily Erickson. Ninth is the 33 of Nicole Williams, and rounding out the top 10, the 2 of Ryan Acosta. Here we go. Without further ado, let's hear those famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines.
Here we go, cars are rolling, and it's going to be 25 laps of pure unpredictableness. And you know why I say that? Because at the turn of death, you never know who comes out alive and who doesn't. We're going to have our first battle with the turn of death right now. Ryan Richards and Chris Dollarton on the front row leading us to the stripe as our second part of the Canadian tour of the NASCAR Pokemon Cup Series World Tour gets underway. Here we go, pace car in its pit stall, and the green flag will be out. Here we go, the green will be out here at 349. One more turn through, and the green flag is out. We're underway at 349. Great start by Ryan Richards, but I wouldn't say it would be too long. They've got to they got to face with the turn of death, and they'll face him a dozen times here today, so they've got to be careful. Richards off to a comfortable lead. Will that lead last, though? As they're going down to the mountain portion of the course, as they go through the turntable, and now they'll go to the elevation change, which they go up, and then they'll go down. Then they'll have an S curve, and then they'll head on downhill. And now here they come off that turn. They're approaching the street portion where the turn of death they'll have to face. So here we go. They're heading to the street portion, and for the first time today, they'll face off against the turn of death. Here we go. And Ryan Richards too loose on the turn, and he's the first victim of the turn of death. Yeah, really sad to see him turn there. He was running so well. Tough break for him. Now he's just trying to get back on track. Oh, he just made it. And the caution is out. Chris Dollarton made it through, though. He'll lead us to the caution. And I think Ryan Acosta and Nicole Williams, none of them made it through that turn. Or they had a separate wreck itself, because it's rare that we have wrecks. It's rare that we no, not this case, but I was going to say it's rare having wrecks other than the turn of death. It's rare in this course because the course is so light, and then this happens. Nicole Williams and Acosta, boom! They get into each other on the turn of death. Williams and Acosta, the first victims of the turn. At least it wasn't as bad as Ryan Richards was running in the lead, and then this happened, and then this. On board. And look at this, he went through the gas station itself. The gas station store itself. And he tries to get back up again, up to speed. Maybe some of these drivers may have to take pit stops, but pit stops should be at least only a fraction of their worries. Their big worry is to get through that turn of death, which can have any severe consequences if not taken properly. So the pit stops are their least of their worries for now, and none of them are pitting like from what I've seen, so we're going to get back under green. No one has retired. Richards is going to restart in 41st. A big downfall because he again was the leader before the turn of death. We have had green flag runs at 349, but not often, so we could expect to see another caution there, or maybe even another green flag run. More likely it's going to be another caution. But will Chris Dollarton make it through and hopefully survive? We'll see. The green is out again at 349. Dollarton, a rocking start, and Emma White just was blown away. Mary Cole will get second away, or will she? But White does make it through. He holds on. Oh, I thought we were going to say we're going to have a mess in this turn, because it's rare to have a wreck in any of these turns before we get to the turn of death. Most, if not all, cautions happen in the turn of death. And now Chris Dollarton, it'll be his turn to face off against that turn. And they'll go downhill now. And 349 seen upsets in Season 1 and 2 at 349, so will there be another one today? Here we go, turn of death. They'll be heading to the street portion where they'll face off the turn of death for the second time today. Here we go, this is Chris Dollarton's chance. And just like Ryan Richards, he spins out. And a lot of drivers too. Scott Bergenson, George Rourke. Oh, Dylan Young just flipped on the turn. Dylan got the worst of it. Wow. Joey Murphy involved. A lot of other drivers involved. But not Emma White. Holds off a hard-charging Mary Cole to lead under caution. But wow. Did you see Dylan Young flip on the turn of death? That is incredible. Can't believe he just got the worst of it. Let's see what happened with Young. Here's what happened. Joey Murphy spun Joey Murphy out in the turn, and they all came for a long ride. And look at that, a bumpy ride for Young. Takes out Sandberg. Bergenson and George Rourke were separate, so they weren't much of a factor. No, they weren't a factor in the wreck, but they did get involved in their own right. Here it is. Here's Rourke and Bergenson. Yeah, not too good. But Young got the worst. We'll get to Dollarton in a second, but first on board with Dill Young. Yikes. The biggest wreck in the turn of death probably in the history. Wow. But he did make it out alive, so thank goodness for him. And here's Chris Dollarton, and he was the victim of the turn of death. And for the second time in a row, the leader spun on the turn of death. So it's been a great day for them. that turn. That turn has had a busy day wrecking the leaders out. Emma White, the luckier one, to be making it out through it first. And we're up to lap 5. We're about a quarter of the way done here at 349. And Lawler chooses to pit. Lawler was 8th before the restart, and some drivers choose to pit. I'm hoping that Emma White doesn't do the same, because if she did, that would be chaos. And Dylan Young and Joey Murphy have retired from the race. I forgot to mention, what happened to Joey Murphy? I don't think I saw him in the turn of death. I apologize for skipping a little bit, but I didn't see him in the turn of death. Did he? Oh, wow. I guess I should have stuck around longer. And here's what happened to Joey Murphy into the sand. He was the spinner victim. Young spun out. He was the guy that Young spun out, so he didn't even make it to that. Almost barely made it through that turn. So he barely made it. And it's been a tough day for those drivers. Some of them pitted. So here we go. Emma White is going to be your leader, or is she? Is she thinking about pitting now? Thank goodness no. Thank goodness no. We're going to go on and we're going to race. Will the turn of death take the leader out for the 3rd time in a row? We're about to find out when we get back under green. Marshall Race going for 2nd. I'm not sure if that'll stick, though. Not sure that's going to stick. Oh, it did stick. Oh, no, it didn't. That little turn straightaway is going to ruin their draft there. But that's their least of their worries. That's their least of their worries. They've got to deal with the turn of death. Because, again, it's rare to see a wreck around these turns, despite going 3-4 wide, except for the lead. But we're focused on the leader because she, well, is almost always going to be the victim of the turn of death. And now we're approaching the street portion of the course. Remember, the last 2 instances under green, we faced the turn of death. Both times the leader spun out. We'll see if Emma White can be a little luckier this time. There they go. 3rd meeting with the turn of death today. Will it be the one? And she navigated through that perfectly. She made it through perfectly. She followed the line throughout. Unfortunately, someone else spun out on the turn. That's Steve Pollard and Diego Espina. Those guys didn't make it out to the turn, but Emma White did and will lead again. She navigated through that perfectly. She followed the line exactly. You see the line below on the green? I've always kept it somewhat to see where the preferred line was, to show you what's the best line here. That's why I've always kept this for a long time. And I kind of like it because it shows where to stop and where they stop and where they go. And I think this is the first time I've ever mentioned that line below on the course. The line is the preferred line to go to when racing, battling for the lead, and I've always kept that because of that, to keep an eye on the drivers. There you see the victims. There were more. Mason Wood and Luke Walker, and then Ospina and Pollard, they got involved because Wood hit them. They got hit by Wood, so they weren't victims of the turn of death itself. They were victims of Mason Wood. Huh. How ironic. And never mind. I thought I saw another driver. But I gotta watch this again. I gotta see how Emma White was able to make it through the turn of death perfectly. Here's the portion of the turn of death. Here's the street portion. The line is on the bottom, and look at this. Here she is into the turn. Almost rarely do they get this, and look at that. She navigated through that perfectly. So did the top 3 drivers, but Emma White saved what could have been disaster. For at least for a little while. For now, she makes it through as the leader. But other factors come in, such as pit stops, restarts, and I'm not surprised they're going to pit again. So the top two pitted, Emma White and Marshall Ray, stay out. But I would not be surprised if they choose to pit at the very, very, very last second, just before the green flag comes out, because we've had that before. And John McNamara, Dom Capps, I don't know what happened to them. I didn't see them all day. Rohit Vedarvu and Mason Wood retired as well. And I didn't see John McNamara. I didn't see Jordan Davis all day. I guess they were in a separate accident. Ryan Richards and Charles Sanford, they retired. Once again, I don't know what happened, so let's just go back. We'll see. Were they victims of the turn of death? Because I have to know. I don't know. I think they were victims of the turn of death at one point. No, they were not victims of the turn of death. They all got damage on the restart. They all got piled up somewhat. No, they were definitely not victims. This happened under caution. Oh my goodness, there was a big pile up. Oh, wow. Wow, something like this is very, very, very rare. And it's once in a lifetime, in fact. I don't know what happened. Let's see. Trevor Harvey slowed down. Pichu, I don't know what he was doing. They all slowed down in front of Pichu. Everyone just piles in. Dom Capps flips 21 over. And everyone just gets piled up. Again, I don't know what happened, but I don't know how this happened. I guess they were a bit confused on the restart. But I was really shocked when I'm shocked that happened at a course like this, where cautions in other turns other than the turn of death are rare. Yeah, they are rare. They're very rare at a turn like this. Alright, folks. Emma White chose not to pit, neither did Ray. So thankfully they'll be the leaders again as the green flag flies again. Wait, never mind. I thought they had Mary Cole as the leader at one point, because that would be so confusing. Good start for the 44. Not have to worry about the leaders, but the question is, she has to worry about the turn of death. Oh no! Hayden Klein got spun on the S curve. He spun on the S curve. Wow. We'll have to get back and see that later, but first, it's time to face off against the turn of death. Emma White did it first time. Let's see if she do it again. Oh, way too high, but race got too high. Frelick spun, so they both technically save it. So for the second straight time, Emma White makes it through the turn of death. Lucky, lucky her, but the caution is out again, and she's going to have to pit somewhere. So here's Emma White going for the lead under caution for the third straight time. And what happened to Scott? Oh, wow. Remember I said that wrecks in the S curves are rare because most drivers are focused on the turn of death rather than these? Well, we had another incident here. As you see, John Radican and Jake Williams, they were going 3 wide with Zach Blickinger, and then somehow Jake Williams slewed down in the middle, and Kenny Bale got involved as well. Ryan Acosta just missed them. The others get held up back there. I'm not sure why Ferguson's in the pits. I guess Ferguson had damage. I guess he had an engine problem or something, but so unlike them. I'm sorry, my keyboard is just wacky today. Wacky. And yeah, Trevor Harvey was one of the guys who pitted under just before the green flag. And Hayden Klein just got out of pits as well, and then disaster. Just went through the sand and boom. Yikes. Another one, Abby Sachs, went out of pit road. He pitted in the middle of the caution. He pitted just before the green flag, so yeah. Still a long way to go here at 349. Let's see if Emma White does pit, and it looks like that they are going to pit. That row is going to pit. And surprisingly, the other drivers choose to pit too, even if they pitted the first time today. I guess no one wants to be the leader heading into the turn of death. No one wants to be the leader, because you'd be the next victim of the turn of death. So who comes out of pit road first? Let's see. And look at this. How unusual is this? You see the Williamses, 3 of the 4 are in the top 5. How weird is that? Justin, Aaron, Nicole are in the top 5? What about the other Williams? Jake is 25th. Oh, whoa. I think Marshall Race. I don't know. We've got to see. We've got to fast forward and see, because that's not going to last, of course. Dollarton, Saxon, Erickson retired. Another pile up on the restart. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Again. So it took in a lot more drivers than it should have. And their leader now, I think it's Tim Fralick. I think Tim Fralick's your leader. I don't know if he is, but, well, he spun earlier. I'm not sure if they're going to count him as the leader. But if he is, it'll be the 2 Napa drivers in 1-2 form. That would be a weird and wacky situation. 2 Napa drivers in the top 2. Amazing. 13 to go here at 349. The green flag is out. And yes, they do have him as a leader, but he is a slow car, so everyone is going to pass him quick. Justin Williams, though, isn't a slow car. He just moved to 2nd. Or at least he's about to. Can he hold it? And I knew it. He would not hold the 2nd spot. So Marshall Race is now 2nd. Emma White's still the leader after all this, even if Fralick got credited for that lead. She has made it to the turn of death. She's made it through the turn of death 3 straight times. She's looking to make it 4 straight times. Could that be a possibility? Here we go, heading down to the elevation change. Will the 44 make it out again for the 4th time? If not, Marshall Race could take it. Here we go, straight portion of the course. 4th time today. Emma White faces the turn of death. Let's see if she makes it. Oh, she got too high up, but Marshall Race with a clean. He went through cleanly. And Race is going to be your leader. Wait a minute, no, Emma White has a run on the bottom. Oh, this could be a close race. White is coming back. But Race takes it on the turn. And it's Marshall Race taking in the lead. New leader here, Marshall Race. And the caution is out on top of that. Wow, we've had a caution for every lap. What happened to Pichu? Oh man, he's got damn. Oh boy, we got a big wreck. And this is why the caution came out. Jacob Lawler and Pichu got both together on the turn of death. Watch this. Yeah, Lawler got too high on the turn. Pichu slammed into him, and Lawler goes for a wild ride. Wild ride for Lawler. Yay. And on board with Lawler. Here's an onboard camera with Jacob Lawler. That was a hard hit there. Lawler's going to be alright though, as others didn't make it through either. Not even Stephen Paul III made it through, but Pollard got involved in another accident, so we can't worry about him too much. Anyway, race your leader, Pichu, Dollerton, Sachs, Erickson have all retired already, and Pollard and Flickinger a lap down. I wonder if they're going to get back on track. A lot of drivers dropping like flies here at 3:49. There'll be 10 to go when they get back under green. And by then, there'll be only 20 drivers on the lead lap. And only very few of them have a shot at the win. Marshall race your leader. He took it from the last turn. We'll see if Race can make it out again. With 10 laps to go, still a long 10 laps here at 3:49. Will they make it? Here we go. Green is out again here at 3:49. No shocking surprises so far. We haven't had surprises so far here. We gotta wait till the turn of death for the biggest surprises. Just watching this race is fun. It's so dramatic. You just see who gets to be the next victim of that turn of death. Here they come. They'll be going downhill. And you know what that means? That is going to, it's just a few corners away from the street portion, and they face off against the turn of death. Here we go, turn of death time. This time Marshall Race. Could he make it out like last time? No, he doesn't make it out. He doesn't make it. And Race spins out, and Emma White is your leader. Lucky, lucky her. Once again, for the 4th time, I think 5th time today, she makes it through the turn of death. And now will be the leader under the caution flag. If there is a caution, I think there is. There should be. And wait a minute. There's no caution. There is no caution, and Stephen Paul III just spun. There is no caution, so Emma's got to deal with another lap of that turn of death under green. Pollard didn't make it out, so yeah, tough day gone worse for him. So let's concentrate back here with 9 to go, as surprisingly that little wreckage didn't cause the caution. So we're still green. And that means Emma White's got to go through another lap of the turn of death. Justin Williams moves up to 2nd. He's looking to add to the wins name, along with his brother Aaron. Williams Carroll's had a lot of success. They've won every season with different drivers. They're looking to do it again. Here we go. Could this be the 2nd season in a row, or maybe 3rd season in a row, that I have 2 or more drivers winning in Pokemon Cup Series? Oh no! Oh boy, you see Justin Williams getting close, and we're approaching the turn of death! They made it through perfectly, but Aaron, look at this! Justin Williams has a good run off the turn of death, and he makes the pass! Will it stick though? I don't believe it! Justin Williams learning lessons he learned from his brother, and he passes Emma White for the lead, and they even made it through the turn of death. Can you believe it? We still got 8 to go, and the caution is out. Oh, and now Leah Walker is the next victim. Leah Walker was a victim. Just Jake Williams, I think, was a victim. George Work was a victim of the turn of death. Wow! Wow. Justin Williams, he made that move stick on the turn of death. It's rare. It's really rare to see a move on that turn, because usually the leader's always on the apron. Usually on the preferred line. He's always on the preferred line, but here, Justin Williams also on the preferred line. He made it stick. They both made it perfectly. Justin Williams used that to his advantage and slingshotted past Emma White for the lead to take it under caution. What a move by Justin Williams. Emma White was trying to fight her way in, but this is the one time that little turn cost her some momentum. And Williams will lead under the caution flag. What a move by Justin Williams. But if there was 20 laps, that would have been the move to win the... If this race lasted 20 laps, that would have been the move to win the race. That would have been the move of the race. But we're 25 laps in, so we still got a long way to go. Steve Pollard, Jake Williams has retired, so no 3 Williamses. Not all 4 of them will finish the race, but... And everyone chooses to pit. A shocking twist. Everyone's pitting. Just when you thought that that move would be the move of the race, Justin Williams chooses to pit. Yeah, so they're pitting for one more time. They want to make it on fuel. Everyone's pitting. So they'd make it on fuel. And Justin Williams, once again, he makes it out first. Mary Cole, I think, no, it's Interexpo getting out second. Emma White has a little trouble. She'll drop down. Emma White, her day has gone from bad to worse. On top of that, they lost the lead, so... Oh, a shocker for Emma White. George Rourke retired in 12th. Oh, wait a minute. Marshall Race stayed out. Marshall Race stayed out. He's going to be the leader again with 6 to go. Will the fuel hold up? They shouldn't worry about fuel. They should be worrying about the turn. Emma White dropping down below. I think she's outside the top 10. We got to check the scoreboard back. Justin Williams now second, Interexpo third, Gene Sanford fourth, and Mary Cole in fifth. We're going green again at 349. And no surprise, Justin Williams wasting no time to pass the 10 machine and gets through for the lead. So a great start for Justin Williams, and at the end of the day, he's still the leader. But wait a minute, he's got to go through the turn of death. If he goes through the turn of death a few more times, he's just 6 laps away from winning. Can he do it? Can he do it? If he does, he'll join the winners list along with his brother Aaron and a lot of other history-making winners with Monica Carroll. I think Chris Martin else too. They've all won in the Williams Carroll Racing. They've all won a Pokemon Cup Series race. Justin wants something more though, a championship to follow Aaron Williams' footsteps in Season 2. And now the street portion of the course. This means the turn of death. Who will make it out alive? Here we go. Justin Williams versus the turn of death. Who is going to win? And it was the turn of death as that pass goes to waste. Justin Williams and Mary Cole spin. I knew it. I knew he was going to be the next victim. And no caution, unfortunately for him, so he's going to have to race it himself. Gene Sanford, the lucky girl, she is the leader now with 5 to go. Just 5 laps to go at 349. The next caution isn't going to end the race. It only takes 2 caution flag laps, then we go green on the 3rd lap. So even if there is a caution, the race would not end unless if something happened. And tough break for Justin Williams. Made probably what could have been the move of the race and lost it. If it was on lap 20, we'd have 1 to go. He'd spin out anyway, but oh well. He'd spin out anyway. Gene Sanford would have won, but instead it's 25, and so Sanford has to hold on for a couple more laps. Just a few more laps. Interexpo on her tail. Interexpo came in as a mid-season replacement of Jake Smith. He won the Showdown and the All-Star race. He's looking to get another Pokemon Cup Series official win. But he's got to do it to make it through the turn of death. It's only a 2-car race now, but this could change if Sanford, Expo, nor either of them make it to the turn of death. Here we go. No, Sanford spins! And Sanford spins! Expo, your leader. And he made it through cleanly, and that spin did not bring out a caution. We're still green. Can you believe we're still green? May not be green, it will be green. She makes it through. Tough break for the 31, running so well, and then the turn of death gobbled her up. 3-second lead over, I think, Rod Houston and Aaron Williams. Aaron must be pissed that his brother Justin lost the battle with the turn of death, and now he wants revenge on the turn. 4 to go though, as Expo has a 3-second lead over everybody else. But the question is, will he make it through? If there is another caution, the race is over. So this may be the final time we get to face off against the turn of death. It may be the final time. We don't know. So here we go. The turn of death is coming. They went downhill, and now the street portion is coming up. Turn of death, here they go. Here we go. Expo versus the turn of death for the win. This is to win it, baby. Oh, he went too high. He went too high. Went too high. Made it through. But not Rod Houston. Not Rod Houston. And no caution again. No caution. Rod Houston, the next victim. No caution. Expo still has the lead. Aaron Williams moving up to second. So if Expo screws up, he can't screw up himself. Oh no, the caution is out with 3 to go. The caution came out. The caution came out finally. And it was something after the turn of death. Remember Rod Houston? He didn't make it out a lot through the turn of death. Well, unfortunately, he had some even more bad luck. Jean Sanford, I don't know what was up with her in the 07. They both spun there. They hit the pit road wall. Boom, right there. Just when they were about to hit pit stop. I think Sanford was considering pitting, but didn't. And didn't bother to look at Houston and see if he was in the way. Yeah. 3 to go. So if they do get back under green, there'll be one more lap, which means there could be one more lap. I'm not sure if they're going to get back under green at this point. I think that might be the final time we faced off against the turn of death the entire race. Let's see. Houston has just retired 13th, and this is the final time we've gone through the turn of death. That means the race is over, and they don't have to go through the turn of death anymore. Expo made it through that final time, and Expo saying goodbye to the turn, and all drivers saying goodbye for the final time through the turn of death. And lucky man Expo, who came in to replace Jake Smith mid-season, adds this track to his wins resume, getting his first win since Season 2, and continuing his legacy in the Pokemon Cup Series names. No, he is not pitting, and that means it's a clean slate for him. And off the final turn in the wild and wacky 349, Expo wins here, the Nostalgia Critic 500 presented by ThatGuyWithTheGlasses.com. Congratulations to Expo getting his first win since Season 2. And it's just the 39's first ever win this season. Wow, an amazing, amazing deal. If there was one more lap to deal with the turn of death, that would have been Aaron Williams a shot, but he came close though. Came so close to getting his 4th win of the season. He'll have to settle for 2nd though. Not bad finish. Emma White comes back to 3rd. Marshall raced 4th and Seth Cole 5th. John Radican, Ryan Acosta, Diego Espina, Nicole Williams, and Mary Cole, the top 10. And here's the rest of the field who wrecked out. Well, it was fun doing another one at 349. This is the first race in the 349 Pokemon Cup Series history that didn't end on the final lap, on the last lap spin. And Interexpo celebrating in the grass for some reason. Yeah, celebrating in the dirt. She's going to try to do donuts in the dirt. There's Aaron Williams congratulating him on a win. And if that was the final lap, that would be unusual. But they've already finished the race, so wouldn't mind there. Guess he's taking it a little slow. But oh well. So anyway, next race is Mosport, and I will explain before we leave for Mosport. I like to explain what will we do at Mosport itself for the YouTube Poop Weekend presented by Hostess. We'll be racing at the road course portion of the road course configuration at Mosport, but we'll also be racing in the oval configuration, the short track config of Mosport as well. And here's how it will set up. 42 drivers will compete at Mosport, the road course portion of the road course Mosport, and the top 10 drivers from that road course portion don't race in the oval portion. That only has the drivers that finish in the top 10, that finish 11th or below. So if you finish in the top 10 at Mosport's road course, you're not going to race at the oval configuration at Mosport. That's only for the other drivers 11th and below. So yeah, that's how the weekend is set up. So that's how I like to set it up. So again, we're heading to Mosport for both the road course and the short track race. The top 10 drivers from the road course race don't race in the oval race, and only the ones 11th and below race in the oval configuration too. So with Mosport bound to be a wreck fest, I figured why not? Interexpo doing some weird donuts back there. Yeah, that's wacky. He's back to his pits, celebrating victory lanes. So congratulations to Interexpo winning here today. So I'll see you guys later. We'll see you at Mosport. Take care, everybody.